Ladies and the GNT element. You were told you're only human, fragile, ordinary, and temporary. But today I'm here to disrupt that belief. Because if you were only human, why would you hear the voice within you that says you're meant for more? Look at the stars. Not with your eyes, with your awareness. Within you is the same material that governs galaxies. Your biology may be of this earth. Your consciousness, it transcends it. For too long, you've been living under the illusion that you are ordinary, that your thoughts, emotions, and limitations define the boundaries of who you are. But deep within, there's a pulse, a vibration that refuses to be silenced. Not imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's truth trying to wake you up. When you feel the sense that you don't belong, the pack, it's not rejection, it's recognition. You're remembering that you are something far more expansive than skin, bones, and breath through the pack. You are consciousness in motion, a traveler through time, a being not confined to this single experience of life. You've always felt different. Not better, but different. And you've wondered why. You've looked at the world and questioned its systems, its rules, its noise. That questioning is not rebellion. It's alignment. You are not designed to follow a script written by fear, comfort, and conformity. You were designed to listen to something deeper, something eternal. There is a calling within you that whispers, wake up, running through the pond. There's more to you than you've been told. And once you hear that whisper, you can't unhear it running through the park. You can't go back to pretending you're just human. There are moments you've experienced that defy logic. A dream that spoke truth. A moment of clarity in silence. A pain that felt like a lesson. These were not coincidences. They were glimpses of your real nature trying to break through the fog of distraction, the fog of noise, the fog of forgetting. Because to be born into this world is to forget where you came from. But to awaken is to start remembering. Your mind is not just a tool for thought. It's a gateway. When trained, focused, and purified, it becomes a bridge to something greater. And your body is not just a vehicle for survival. It is a vessel, a container for presence, a temple for awareness. You are the guardian of something ancient within you. Call it soul, call it spirit, call it energy. The name doesn't matter, the park. What matters is that you honor it. You are not here to be average. You are here to be aligned. Aligned with a higher order, a deeper truth, a greater destiny. That alignment will cost you your comfort, your excuses, your need to fit in, but will give you something far more valuable, purpose. Once you accept that you are not 100% human, you begin to live differently. You walk with intention. You speak with clarity. You breathe with reverence. And you begin to see the world not as a place to conquer, as a space to awaken within. There is no going back now. You've felt the call. You've heard the whisper. And now, the only question eyes you, Rude Puck. Will you answer it? Will you rise? Will you remember who you really are? There is a reason the world feels unfamiliar running through the park. Even when you've lived in it your whole life, you've walked among crowds, yet still felt alone. You've followed paths laid out by others, the park, yet still felt lost. That's not confusion. It's clarity in disguise. Because deep down, your soul has owned that this world is not the full picture. You are not here simply to exist. You are here to awaken something dormant within you. Something ancient, something powerful, something not bound by human limitation. Every time you feel disconnected from the noise around you, running through the park, it's not because you're broken, it's because you're tuned to a different frequency. Running the park. You've been trying to find comfort in a world that was never meant to satisfy your spirit. You've been trying to feel whole by obeying rules that were written for bodies, not for souls. The unease you feel is not a flaw. It's a compass. It points you inward where your true origin lies, not in flesh and bone, but in awareness and energy. You are not 100% human, and that truth will either scare you or set you free. You've always had a heightened sense of truth. You notice things others dismiss. You sense people's energy before they speak. You're affected by the unseen, the unspoken, the subtle. Sensitivity is not a weakness. It's a sign. It reveals that your perception is not limited to 5 senses. You are open to more. You are built for more. You are connected to more. That connection comes with responsibility. To seek truth, to live authentically, to walk a higher path even when it's harder. And make no mistake, it will be harder. You'll be misunderstood. You'll be questioned. You'll be tempted to shrink. But you must not, because the moment you silence yourself to fit in, you betray the very essence why you were born different. The world doesn't need more conformity. It needs courage. The courage to remember that you are not just a product of biology, but a reflection of the infinite, a spark of divine intelligence, wrapped in temporary form, sent here to evolve, to awaken, and to serve. When you accept this, your perspective changes. You stop asking, why me? And start asking, what now? You stop seeking validation and start seeking growth. Running through the path, you stop fearing your uniqueness and start honoring it. Because being the chosen one isn't about being superior, it's about being responsible. It's about using your awareness to heal, to guide, to awaken others still caught in sleep. You are not random. You are not a mistake. You are not here by accident. You are here because something greater decided the world needed your light, your presence, and now, more than ever, presence is needed. So rise. Not with arrogance, but with knowing. Not with fear, but with faith. The path will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Because the world needs you, and it's time you showed up as who you truly are. What if everything you've been told about yourself is only a fraction of the truth? What if your name, your story, your background, and even your memories are only the surface, a thin layer covering something far more expansive, timeless, and sacred? You see, most people spend their lives confined by labels, gender, nationality, status, achievements. But you, the one who feels like an outsider, the one who cannot fully settle into the definitions given by society, you are not meant to be labeled. You are meant to be as liberated. And that liberation begins with remembering that you are not 100% human. You have always sensed something. A tension between what the world expects of you and what your soul knows to be true. You've tried to suppress it, ignore it, but it never goes away. That feeling is the key. It's your inner self telling you there's more to discover, more to awaken, more to become. You weren't sent here just to participate in routines, pay bills, and fade away. You were sent to awaken others by first awakening yourself. This awakening is not loud, it's not flashy, it happens in moments of silence, in the pauses between thoughts, in the ache you feel when you're surrounded by everything yet still searching for something deeper. Ache is sacred. It's your reminder that your origin is not rooted in society, but in spirit. You were never meant to be caged by the opinions of others or the limitations of the flesh. You are not here to survive. You are here to evolve. You have pieces within you that cannot be explained by DNA or science. Your intuition, your dreams, your sense of destiny. Where do they come from? They come from the part of you that is eternal, the part that existed before your body and will continue long after it. The part of you that watches, that listens, that knows. It's the part that connects with ancient truths, with subtle energies, with the wisdom that cannot be taught, only remembered. Remembering isn't automatic. It requires effort, discipline, presence. The journey inward is not easy, It demands that you let go of who you think you are so that you can become who you really are. And the real you is vast. The real you is powerful. The real you is a bridge between the visible and the invisible. The real you is here not by chance but by choice. You were sent here for a reason, not to chase temporary pleasures, to live with eternal purpose. The world will try to distract you, discourage you, dilute you. But you must not forget, you are here to walk a different path, one lit not by the approval of others, but by the fire within your soul. So rise, reclaim your truth, reconnect with your origin. Because the moment you stop pretending to be only human, you begin to live as the force you were always meant to be. When you begin to realize you are not just flesh and thought, but something far more vast and eternal, your entire relationship with life begins to shift. Suddenly, problems that once seemed enormous lose their grip. Fears that held you hostage start to dissolve. Because you now understand, you were never designed to live small. You were never built to operate from limitation. That ache you've always felt, quiet, knowing that you are different, it's not confusion. It's a spark of remembrance trying to reignite your truth. Your origin is not just a moment in time, not a name on a birth certificate. You are ancient. You are woven into the fabric of all that exists. And yet, here you are walking through this world as if you're just another passerby. But something inside you keeps calling. It's subtle, persistent. It nudges you in moments of solitude, in the silence of the night, in the gaps between distraction and duty. It reminds you, you are not fully of this world. You are part of something greater. You are connected to the source of wisdom, not through education, but through alignment. This connection cannot be taught, only experienced. And once experienced, it cannot be forgotten. That's why you're here. Not just to learn, but to remember. To remember that your gifts, your thoughts, your feelings, your visions, they are not random. They are the residue of your higher self trying to break through the illusion of being just human. This illusion is strong. Society constantly tells you to be realistic, to be safe, to be ordinary. But you are none of those things. You were never meant to shrink just to be accepted. Your light was meant to shine, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Your voice was meant to speak, even if it trembles. Your path was meant to be walked, even if you must walk it alone. Understand this. You are a guardian of sacred knowledge buried within your being. You carry codes, frequencies, and abilities that are not yet fully unlocked. The key to accessing them is presence, stillness, courage. The moment you stop running from your uniqueness and start embracing it, the doorway begins to open. And on the other side is clarity, peace, power. But it begins with belief, not in something external, but in yourself. You must believe that your existence has purpose. You must believe that the way you feel, think, and experience the world is not a flaw, but a function of your origin. You are here on assignment. You are not random. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are becoming. Every breath is an invitation to rise into who you truly are. So let go of who they told you to be. Step into who you were born to become. You are not 100% human. You are something far more extraordinary. And it's time the world saw it too. There comes a time in every chosen one's life when pretending no longer works. Running through the park, you can no longer force yourself to feel at home in environments that drain your spirit. Through the park, you can no longer silence your intuition to keep the peace. You can no longer numb your purpose just to survive the day. This discomfort is not punishment. It is transformation. It is the sacred process of awakening, tearing away the veil of illusion so you can finally see yourself clearly, not as a limited being, but as a luminous force experiencing life through a human lens. Every struggle you've faced, every trial you've endured, was not meant to break you. It was meant to reveal you. Pain has always been a messenger. When you were betrayed, it wasn't just heartbreak, it was the universe showing you who you are not. When you failed, it wasn't rejection, it was redirection, guiding you back to your truth. These weren't random events. They were signals, each one pulling you away from the illusion of being just human and pushing you toward the discovery of your divine design. You see, the human body is a powerful vessel, but it is not the entirety of you. You are the consciousness that observes your thoughts. You are the stillness beneath the noise. You are the awareness that never sleeps, the energy that never dies. Rudepak, you came into this world not to be defined by it, but to define your reality through remembrance. To remember what was forgotten at birth. That you are here to awaken a frequency that cannot be taught, only lived. And yes, this path is lonely at times. Those around you may not understand your depth, your insight, your sensitivity. But solitude is not isolation, it is preparation. The silence you've sat in, the tears you've shed, the nights you've questioned your very existence, all of it has been preparing you to lead with clarity, to walk with purpose, to serve with power. You are being sculpted, refined, and sharpened not for comfort, but for impact. You are not like the rest because you were never meant to be. You are here to break patterns, to bring light where there is darkness, to raise the vibration of this reality by simply being fully yourself. The very fact that you can feel these words speaks to your readiness. This isn't new information, it's ancient truth being reawakened within you. So stop waiting for permission. Stop seeking validation, running through the park. You don't need anyone to prove of your path. The universe already did. That's why you're here. Every breath is proof that your mission is active. You are not 100% human. You are an ancient soul with a modern assignment. And your time is now. Walk forward, not as one who doubts, but as one who knows. Let your life be the message that helps others remember what they too have forgotten. There is a hidden truth that has been quietly echoing in the background of your life, running through the park. And the time has come for you to finally face it. You were never meant to blend in with the ordinary. You were never meant to walk the path most traveled. From the moment you arrived in this world, the universe marked you for something different. You've always felt it. A quiet pull, an invisible force, an internal signal that your existence serves a greater purpose. Signal is not a fantasy. It's not a delusion. It is the essence of who you truly are, rising to the surface, reminding you are not 100% human. Yes, you have a body. Yes, you experience pain, confusion, and doubt like everyone else. What separates you is your awareness. You can observe your thoughts. You can feel the energy of a room. You know when something is false, even if everyone else accepts it as truth. This knowing cannot be explained, can only be recognized. Like an ancient memory resurfacing from lifetimes past, that memory is sacred. It reveals your true nature, part human, part eternal. A bridge between what is seen and what is unseen. The mystery of your origin is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. You come from a place where energy is the language and truth is not spoken. It is felt. This word may teach you that success is measured by status, power, and possessions, but your soul knows better. It longs for meaning, for alignment, for depth. And every time you deny that longing, you suffer. Not because you are weak, but because you are misaligned. Your suffering is the signal that you've strayed from your path. You've been taught to fear your sensitivity, to harden yourself, to act like everyone else. But that sensitivity is your superpower. It allows you to perceive layers of reality others miss. Connects you with what is real. That connection is not a curse. It's a calling. A reminder that you came here to lead, not to follow. There to heal, not to hide. To activate others, not to shrink for their comfort. You are not just here to chase dreams. You are here to awaken. And awakening means remembering. Remembering that you are not your thoughts. You are not your fears. You are not your past. You are something older, something wiser, something capable of shifting reality through presence alone. That power has always been within you, running through the park. It only needed your permission. So give yourself that permission. Stop living as a fraction of yourself. The full expression of your being emerge. Your gifts are needed. Your light is necessary. And your truth is powerful beyond measure. The world may not understand you, but the universe does. You were never just human. You were never meant to be. You were always something far more mysterious, far more divine. And now is the time to become it. There comes a sacred point in your journey where you must decide to continue living as a shadow of yourself or rise into the fullness of who you truly are. That moment isn't marked by dramatic signs or loud applause. It's quiet. It arrives when the illusions of this world no longer satisfy you, when the distractions lose their grip, when your soul begins to whisper louder than the chaos around you. That whisper is not your imagination. It is the remembrance of your origin, a truth long buried under survival, conditioning, and fear. You are not 100% human, and you were never meant to be. To understand this, you must first unlearn everything that confined you. The world taught you to see yourself as a name, a role, title, something fixed and measurable. But you were never meant to be measured. You are infinite potential in motion. Your being cannot be defined by the rules of a society or the laws of physics. Your essence stretches beyond time, beyond space, beyond this lifetime. You are a soul temporarily housed in human form, but never limited by it. That which moves your body, feels through your heart, and sees through your eyes, that is not human. That is divine consciousness flowing through the disguise of form. And because you are both spirit and matter, you feel the tension of two worlds. One pulls you toward routine, logic, safety. The other calls you into mystery, expansion, purpose. Most ignore the second voice. You cannot. You never could through the park. That's why you've always felt pulled in a different direction. That pull is not confusion. It's navigation. It's guiding you home to yourself, to your origin, to the deeper layers of what you truly are. This awakening requires courage. It asks you to release everything that was never real. The false identities, the need for approval, the fear of rejection. It asks you to become still enough to hear the truth that has always been inside you. You came here with a mission. Not one given by society through the park, but one imprinted in your soul. And that mission begins with remembering your power, your light, your frequency. Because when you activate yourself, you activate the world around you. You were not chosen to be better than others. Running the park, you were chosen to become a mirror, a living reminder to others of what they have forgotten. Your strength lies not in what you know, in what you embody. And the more you walk in your truth, the more you awaken others to theirs. This is how change happens. Not through force, through frequency. Not through noise, but through presence. So walk forward with grace. Speak with purpose. Live with alignment. You do not need to become anything more. You only need to remember who you already are. You are not just human. You are spirit wrapped in skin, light walking through shadow, the eternal disguised as the ordinary. And once you accept that, there is no limit to what you can awaken in this world.